This is a video about how to write a narrative essay about your name. The first strategy that we are going to be working on is looking at an established author's writing for inspiration for your own writing. So I'm going to go through this essay called My Name by Sandra Cisneros, and we are going to look at it together to think about how it can be used for inspiration for your own essay. Now, before we even begin with this process, I did want to mention the reason for completing narrative essays. Narrative essays are essays that tell a story, that give narration about an experience or an observation. They don't have the same structure as the analytical or persuasive essays that you're going to be writing in this class, but they're very important. And one of the reasons why it's important to write a good narrative essay is because many essays of all different kinds incorporate narration. When you're giving examples for analytical or persuasive essays, you can talk about experiences, your own, your observations, things in the news. Whenever you do that, having good storytelling skills will help you. So we're going to begin with this narrative essay, My Name by Sandra Cisneros. In English, my name means hope. In Spanish, it means too many letters. It means sadness. It means waiting. It is like the number 9, a muddy color. It is the Mexican records my father plays on Sunday mornings when he is shaving, songs like sobbing. So I'm going to click the review function of Microsoft Word, and I'm going to make a comment here. And the comments that I'm making are about the writing itself. So I'm not talking about the content, just to talk about the content, but I'm really trying to think about how Cisneros is writing this. So the opening paragraph seems to be many definitions of her name. It seems associative, and by associative I just mean that one thing makes her think of another thing. So it means sadness and waiting, but it also means she thinks of it like the number 9, sort of like an odd number. It reminds her of her father playing records on Sunday mornings. But all of these things give the reader an overview of what her name means to her. So you can also think to yourself something like, can I give an overview like this about my name? Right, so you can think like, is there a place in my essay where I could kind of do this work? Would it make sense for me to do something like this in this essay? Okay, and then in the next paragraph, she says, it was my great-grandmother's name and now it is mine. She was a horsewoman too, born like me in the Chinese year of the horse, which is supposed to be bad luck if you're born female. But I think this is a Chinese lie because the Chinese, like the Mexicans, don't like their women strong. And I'm actually going to read the next paragraph as well because the next paragraph is also about her great-grandmother. My great-grandmother, I would have liked to have known her, a wild horse of a woman, so wild she wouldn't marry, until my great-grandfather threw a sack over her head and carried her off, just like that, as if she were a fancy chandelier. That's the way he did it. So if we're looking at this like writers, you can notice that she's talking about a family member. Cisneros is talking about a family member. She begins by talking about the connection between family member's name and her name, and then tells the story of her great-grandmother. Kind of the tall tale around her great-grandmother, the mythology around her great-grandmother that basically the author's great-grandfather or the speaker's great-grandfather just sort of made the great-grandmother marry him, despite her being really wild. Okay, so as you can see, we're kind of looking at the essay, and we're noticing that she's not just focusing on the history of her name, but she's really looking at like the things around her name, about her relatives, her family history, and all of the things thinking about her name reminds her of. Okay, so we hear more about the great-grandmother here, and the story goes she never forgave him. She looked out the window her whole life the way so many women sit their sadness on an elbow. I wonder if she made the best with what she got, or was she sorry because she couldn't be all the things she wanted to be? Esperanza, I have inherited her name, but I don't want to inherit her place by the window. So you can see the sort of beautiful metaphors in this statement. This is a paragraph that's really talking more about the great-grandmother's story and what it means to the author. What does great-grandmother's story, let's put a hyphen there, mean to the speaker? I'm making a distinction between author and speaker because, as you'll see, Sandra Cisneros is writing this piece as a kind of compilation of multiple identities. She's not writing about her name Sandra, but she's writing about a character named Esperanza and bringing in lots of different experiences that she had. So this paragraph is talking about what the great-grandmother's story means to the speaker. And you can think like, is there something that a family member taught me, or a model that I do or don't want to follow? So you can be like, so let's say you have your father named you and you're estranged from your father. You could talk about that type of a thing. So you kind of look at it and you're like, okay, how does this relate to me? And I think when we read, we do this anyway, but reading it like a writer can be really, really good because you can sort of immediately think, okay, how can I use the strategies that are here to help me? And then this final paragraph here is about about the name itself and how it sounds and what she would like to change her name to. So at the end of this paragraph, she says, I would like to baptize myself under a new name. I would like to baptize myself under a name more like the real me, the one nobody sees. Esperanza, as Lysandra, or Maritza, or Zizi the X. Yes, something like Zizi the X will do. So she's talking here about what kind of name or identity would she like. Okay, so you can also see that on Canvas, pull this up, there's a brainstorming sheet, and it sort of takes the main ideas that we looked at in this piece and it turns them into questions. So you can think about, what does your name mean? What does it mean to you? Just like she did in her first paragraph. How does it relate to her family? That's where Cisneros, how does it relate to your family? That's where Cisneros was talking about how it related to her family. Were you named after anyone? How do you feel about your family? And you can answer these questions, and then these questions can become paragraphs in your essay. Now, you want to make sure that you don't copy Cisneros' structure so specifically that you're really plagiarizing her way of doing things. And one way to make sure that you don't do that is just to think about your organization. So if you brainstorm all of these examples, maybe you're going to start with like what you wish your name would be, or maybe you have less to talk about how your name relates to someone in your family and more about how your name relates to characteristics that are true to you and your experiences. When you're writing this, you should not look up information about your name online. I know this is hard and scary. You can look up just the basic definition, like you can look up, the origin of the name, like is it a name of Greek origin that means hope or something? That's good. But beyond that, you really shouldn't look up stuff in the internet because you can see There's plenty to write about if you narrate or storytell about your experiences and your family and anything that you think of when you think about your name. So this isn't really a research essay about your name where you're looking up all kinds of things. It's really an essay, an opportunity for you to tell stories about your life and your experiences using your name as a way to structure or provide focus to your essay. If you don't know a lot of information about your name, it can be helpful to talk to relatives. If you have relatives available to you, you can maybe text them. You can think about childhood experiences that you in some way link to your name. And you can also think about the brainstorm that you did as part of a class discussion. And finally, if you have further questions about writing a narrative essay about your name, you can reach out to your professor for more help. Good luck with this assignment.